Hello, listeners. Welcome to Unscripted Access, episode number 153, here on thegameraccess.com. I am your not totally burnt out host, Anthony Ta, joined by two people who were not pulled in at the absolute last possible second, Bronson Fiore.
Hey, everybody. It's good to be back.
And the intern, Ray Johannesson.
Hey everybody, long time no see.
We've been hosting another podcast that you should all go check out, known as the GameCraft Gamecast.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
At the time you listen to us, also check out our new comic. The Super Senpai Brothers here now have a set streaming schedule. And we're going to have a new Super Mega Awesome Go Playtime series that you might see today at the time you're listening to this.
Cool. I thought the new comic we posted today was hilarious.
I like it.
And it looked really good.
Yes, it did.
Anyway, continue though.
Okay, so we're going to rapid fire these because, well, we kind of pulled this together at the last possible second. So the first news today is...
I'll tell you what it really is. It's Thanksgiving weekend and we all want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and we're pretty sure you're all tired from Thanksgiving weekend too, so we're going to rapid fire this stuff.
Yep.
So starting off right away is the fact that my phone wouldn't stop going off this morning because Nick has bought himself a new 4K TV.
And two 980 Ti's.
Yes, and he spent all morning being high.
I really hope...
He's just licking his systems. He's like,
Just eating graphics cards.
You guys want some? No, none more for me.
Just... Like, here's the thing. I've seen 4K in person, like really good 4K, not like shitty Walmart displays or Best Buy. Like, I've sat down and watched good 4K. I've seen it at CES, and it's a large improvement. But to get games that run on 4K, that is going to cost you at least $2,000 for the machine itself. So.
I have to buy a 4K display too if I do that.
And if you're like me, you prefer to PC game on a monitor, not your television. So that means you have to either buy a second 4K display or hook it to your TV, which can be a pain in the ass.
Very much so.
You know, like when I game on PC, I like a monitor. It's because a lot of PC games are a little more intimate. They're a little more like you want to be up on your computer. Like, I don't want to play Heroes of the Storm like lounging back in my chair.
Yeah,
I don't want to play I don't want to sit and play World of Warcraft fucking kick back. I want to like
leaning forward.
I would imagine a significant number of people with computers, use it at their desk.
Most. I would say most.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm just gonna pull this quote out. Yeah, so, and I quote this from Nick, okay, yeah, consoles suck, haha, wow, holy shit. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, okay, dude.
I'm just like...
that's when, when he got his computer, he was pretty blown away. But this is like, I'm like, oh my goodness. He really just said that.
I'm buying a 4K TV next year. Like, I'm getting that Vizio. I decided to upgrade because the Vizios are getting great reviews, and it's the same price as a 1080p Sony. I was like, well, this future-proofs me a little bit. It'll be 4K. I can get 4K Blu-rays. I don't see a disadvantage here, so fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
But like, I'm not gonna be 4K gaming because it's like, okay, I'm 4K gaming. Like, that means I'm gonna have to build a rig that can do that, which like the video cards alone on that are like at least $800. At least, and that's if you find good deals, and then like the machine itself, like it's just not worth it.
It's something it's like something to think about, like just how much you'd actually have to do with it. Just
yeah, I'm sure it looks great. Like, I don't doubt that. It's just the fact that like I played several games this year that looked really good on my current rig and on my consoles. And I don't like the benefit I would get from 4K would be so nebulous, especially because like I'm not like the biggest like fan of visual fidelity. Yes, I like it. I like the fact that Heroes of the Storm looks better than League and Dota. I like the fact that the PS4 version of Metal Gear looks better than the PS3 version. But like the big thing for me I have found personally is frame rate. Like I realized that with Halo 5. Like Halo 5 looks great, but like it runs at 60 frames and it runs at 900p. If every game from now on had to be 900p but they ran at 60 frames, I'd be okay with that. I wouldn't really care.
Yeah.
I personally think there is some advantage to having resolution on your side, is because you can notice small little things like that little bit of movement. You might notice that a little easier if you have like a sharper display, whereas on a lower resolution display you probably would have like the area will be a bit more blurred.
I get that, and I definitely understand that for shooters. Like I played a lot of shooters over the years, and I definitely get that like sharpness is very important in those games.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like this just doesn't matter enough for me to spend that kind of money. Like when HD first came out, that was that was huge. Like the 4K jump is nice. It's not SD to HD. I'm sorry. Like I remember seeing the 360 games for the first time running in 720p, and it was incredible. It was this amazing jump. Like seeing Cameo in Perfect Dark for the first time on my dad's 60-inch 1080p screen was mind blowing. So. Like you remember that, like when you first saw the original Xbox games, and then you compared it to a 360 game on an HD set, you're like, wow.
Yeah, it's like I didn't have HD growing up. I always just had those box TVs. Like when like I turned 15, I got my first like HD TV. Hooked up my PlayStation 3 to it, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I was like, it's so pretty.
For me, like the first time was I played Metal Gear Solid 4 on a regular CRT monitor. And, I had those little health bar thingies, and then just simply plugging it into, the first ever HD TV in our house. So I could see that health bar by the character, and I'm just like, whoa. Like that was like a level of sharpness and little detail that you just couldn't see before.
Like, I remember when I got my current HD set, because, like, my dad died, and we sold, like, everything he had. And like I went 2 years without an HD set, and like going back to it and like seeing Gears 2, which was a brand new game, in full HD was like, dude, this is mind blowing.
Yeah.
And I feel as though like 4K is a jump, but it's not that kind of jump. So
it's nice, but it's
that, and the price to do it is insane.
Yeah, I think the price is something like, as far as the jump, I really don't know. Nick wants to say, oh, well, the jump is just like HD. Just wait till you put The Witcher at 60 frames a second at 4K. And I'm like, okay, but right now, I have yet to see that. Nobody has shown me that yet, because every time I go to Best Buy, the only demos they have is basically a bunch of pictures and stock or regular video promotional footage that they play on the TVs all the time. Nobody really actually gave a live demonstration of The Witcher natively running at 4K from a PC before.
You gotta think, this is with a Black Friday sale. That TV Nick got was $1,500. Okay, then you factor in his rig, which is $3,000. That means to just game in 4K, $4,500.
Is what Nick spent.
Not including, because Nick likes to treat his PC like a console where he likes to sit on the couch, like other peripherals and stuff with it either. Like that is insane.
I'm sure it will get cheap enough in about 3-5 years.
Like I can see 5 years from now.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure we're all going to move on, but it's just like, to me, my big problem right now is, gee, I wish I had $5,000 to just freely just throw on a TV and a computer to experience this revolutionary change, but I don't.
But like,
I don't have it.
Most people don't. Most consumers don't.
Yeah.
And until it gets to that point where it's like a console or what most people have for a gaming rig, like I'm building a gaming rig probably the end of next year, maybe 2017. Because my laptop is actually holding up a lot better than I expected it to this year. Like, I've been running games fine on it.
Just the start of 2016. You don't got that 4K?
Yeah.
Play.
I'm pricing my build before the monitor and before the keyboard and mouse at $1,500.
That's how much?
Yeah. Which, like, no way that'll run a 4K. Like, maybe at, like, 25 frames a second.
I feel like if I got a better graphics card or two.
You would need two 980s.
Yeah, I was like, if I got two 980s, my rig could probably do it.
Which means you would have spent $800 on graphics cards alone.
But they taste so good. Just
which means Ray's
delicious candy.
Ray's computer was $700. Plus two 980s would be $800, right?
Yep.
So that's $1,500. But
Ray got a CPU to do well. I don't know if you really need the processing power.
Let's say he doesn't need a hexa-core CPU. Let's just
then his current one is fine then.
Then okay, but you're forgetting the fact that he needs the display. Now, good 4K monitors run you $600 to $700. I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so let's say $700 on top of that. That's $2,200, and that is cutting as many fucking corners as possible.
Yeah.
We got Ray's rig. In all honesty, if you were to build it new, was about a $1,300 rig. It's just I saw the deal and jumped on it like a crazy bastard. I called Ray like 35 times, being like, "Hey, please pick up the phone." So yeah, like it's. Oh my god. Like, it's just... It's this thing that, like... It's like when HD on the original Xbox. Like, during that generation, HD was a thing. My dad had an HD TV. It was a 60-inch HD TV. It cost $4,000. You know? Yeah. And, like... And the original Xbox could run, like, 3 or 4 games in HD. Like, some games ran at 720p. But, like, you think to run a PC game at that resolution then? Like, it would have been absurd. It would, like, the amount of money you would have had to spend. So yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's just not consumer friendly enough.
Yeah, not quite yet. Yeah, it's just gonna take like a few more years. Like with my computer, like I already threw in like maybe $500 worth of new stuff into it this year, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm not gonna spend $2,000 right now.
Like I thought about it, and I was just I was considering building a PC next year, but this thing ran fine. Like I've tried Fallout, I've tried a couple other like modern games. Like yeah, some don't run the way I want them to, but for the most part, I can at least get like run games on medium, some on high. Like Overwatch ran at 30 frames per second on ultra, so I was like, yeah, I want to run at 60, but I'll live.
Yeah.
Anyway,
anyways, yeah. Hopefully, for like, I know 4K will be affordable, and I know like one day once we move on to 4K, we won't come back and we'll just look at 720p and be like, oh. But as of right now, I just think it's primarily a cost issue.
It's primarily like Nick wants to like Nick has a boner for tech. We've known this as long as we've known Nick. Like, Nick has had a raging boner for tech. And, you know, like, Nick has had a raging boner for tech. We've known this ever since we met him. And, like, consoles aren't, like, stepping it up enough.
Mm.
And then, like, PCs, like, they're ahead. But, like, he wanted to see, like, the next big step, the next HD. And I guess this is the closest thing. But it's so just not cost effective.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah,
one
like
day.
It will.
Maybe one day.
No, it will be. Tech always drops in price.
Yeah, it just takes a while.
It's always expensive for like, hey, Bronze, remember about, was it almost 3 years ago, right? We was it like 2 or 3 years ago? 4K TVs were $13,000.
Yeah, like you could have bought a 4K TV 3 years ago for $13,000.
Really?
Versus now you can get really nice ones for about $3,000. And if you're wanting to get like budget ones, they like float around $1,000.
If you want just a computer display, you can get one for $500 right now.
Yeah, if you just want a monitor, like you don't even give a shit about the tuner. Me personally, when it comes to monitors, though, I want a higher refresh rate. That's what I give a shit about.
Yeah, I could see that part.
Anyway.
Yes. So there's that. On the complete opposite end of super high powerhouse 4K Ultra HD stuff, we have the Wii U, which is a 1080p system. It's a native 1080p system. Yeah, that's a little fun thing. But believe it or not, at Target, the Wii U is the best-selling video game system for Black Friday.
For the Black Friday weekend.
Wow, I'm surprised. Good job. Wii U.
Yes. For those of you who don't know why this is, Nintendo did a special deal where it was $250 and you got Splatoon and Smash Brothers with the Wii U.
That right there is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think last year's bundle was better because last year you got Super Mario 3D World along with Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and I forgot what the third game was.
I think it was Smash also.
It could be Mario Kart.
No, it was Mario Kart. It was one of those. It was one of those
that bundle for $300 last year. I'm just like, you can't do better than this. But naturally, because the Xbox One and PS4 were hotcakes of the time, yeah, didn't really take off.
Also, like, this is $250. Like, when you hit $250, that's where you start getting the sweet spot of like parents buying it for kids.
Took them 3 years.
Yeah. Look, there's no reason. That system is absurdly expensive for what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I love the Wii U. Like, Bayonetta 2 is my favorite game of the generation still.
Really?
Like, out of all the Xbox One games, all the PS4 games, and all the Wii U games, the best game out of all of them is Bayonetta 2. It's
you
so...
played Pikmin 3?
Yes, I have.
Then you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. Bayonetta 2 is freaking incredible.
Bayonetta 2 is amazing.
Anthony, when the Angel and Bayonetta are having that fight, and then their giant like robot versions of them are fighting in the background, and it is literally all of heaven versus all of hell.
Where else can you see that?
It's just like,
yeah,
it's the like. Anthony put this perfectly. It's just like some games are huge, but they don't feel it. Bayonetta just feels fucking gigantic. And that game right from the start is just insane. Like, you gotta remember, that game starts by you punching like you fighting a giant monster on top of the Empire State Building. And then it just gets crazier. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you guys. Well, not you guys, but I saw you play it, and it had a pretty great opening.
God, that game is so fucking. It's funny, and it looks great, and
it's
runs
cheesy, but it appreciates its own cheesiness.
Like, it knows it's cheesy, and it just revels in it, and it's great for it. Yeah.
So it's up there with Pikmin. I'll give you that.
It is 2014's Game of the Year.
Which we didn't give because...
I would say that's not true.
Because Tori hadn't played it yet. Damn it. Oh my god. Just...
I played Dragon Age. I don't...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, too. But the Wii... but wow, $250 for a Wii U, and it sold best-selling system at Target.
Yeah,
for Black Friday weekend, at least.
Granted, it was $250 and came with 2 games.
Yeah,
but
and to be fair, if you're buying it for like your kids, you don't want to start them off like, "Here's Halo."
Yeah, well,
I would be surprised if a lot of parents do that. Actually.
Yes, but I mean, if I'm shopping for like a smaller child, like 10 to like 13, I'm like, that'd be a good system. I feel like it'd be good for friends. Like, it's a game you could have your friends over to play.
Like Smash is a game that's 8 players. Now, granted, like the hoops you need to go through to get to 8 players.
And also, like I've seen almost everyone with a DS nowadays, so almost everyone has a controller for Smash. Too.
Yeah, that too. Like, you need a copy of Smash to do that. Like,
or you can they actually did come up with a solution that you can. I don't know why they charge for this, but you can pay like $1 or $2 to get the controller downloaded into your 3DS, you just go in the eShop. I don't know why they charge money for that, because that's just...
Because Nintendo likes
but at least
money.
you don't have to go through the whole trouble of having to boot the game and deal with its slow loading to get to your controller.
That is cool.
Yeah, it doesn't load that slow on the new 3DS, but still.
That way you and your other friends can arrange those amiibo cockfights to see who gets the last pudding snack.
But no, it's like, I love the Wii U. I love it. It has a ton of great games. Smash is brilliant. Bayonetta. Ray and I have played more than enough Mario 3D World to know.
Yeah.
Mario Maker is great. New Mario U is great. Pikmin's a good game. The wonderful
Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country was one of the most underrated games of last year.
It was good though.
Wonderful 101 is incredible.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful 101.
Bought that game for under $20 and I do not regret it.
Gotta protect her.
I played that game. I think is one of the most awesome things this generation.
Our stream of that was just fantastic. Anthony, the whole time, just looked so happy. He's just like, I want to play.
Just protect Earth! And then, you have to press the button and it shows them.
And then they're pressing the button, all 8 of them. It's like, ah!
That is one of the best, button press prompt things in a game ever. The only better one is in Metal Gear 4, the hallway.
I kind of do wish,
The hallway was, a really, sad or very what's the word? Steak was struggling through that one, whereas the Wonderful 101 is just the complete opposite end of the scale.
Yeah,
which is one gigantic, Saturday morning cartoon. That's why I was so happy about the Wonderful 101. It reminds me of the Saturday morning cartoon.
I think the Metal Gear one was better though, because you can you see his pain and you do, and you're pressing it for 5 minutes straight, and your hand is getting tired.
Is it, microwave?
Yeah, it's the microwave hallway.
Oh, that part you're just button mashing?
Yeah, you're just pressing triangle over and over and over again.
Crawl, dang it.
Go! Crawl! I actually, I worked an obscenely long, I worked 32 hours in 2 days.
Yeah.
With only a 5-hour break in between this past week.
Yeah, that's not bad. I was working 18s every day before we got staff.
I was doing 16s. I feel you.
Now you know that you're like, you're crazy. You're gonna kill yourself, and now you're like, I'm doing the exact same.
I if I didn't like money as much as I do, I would,
I got you.
So yeah, for me. That the end of the hallway, they're always just limping and then vomits and falls on the floor. I'm like, that's me at the end of this shift. Yeah. So yeah, that's that.
Congratulations to the Wii U.
Yeah. Good on you, Nintendo.
Still, it's not going to catch up. I mean, there's obviously no way it's going to catch up to the PS4, which is about to pass 30 million worldwide.
And you know what? Nintendo just kind of needs to put money in the bank
right now.
Nintendo needs help right now on all fronts. The DS is having a bad year. The Wii U is having a so-so year. No good news all around.
They are losing lots of money, but don't make enough of anything to make money.
Yeah.
I actually looked this up. Fire Emblem, the Conquest Birthright Revelations thing, I looked up the limited edition bundle. Completely gone. Can't find them anywhere.
Damn.
Really?
I looked this up because it's man, the game's coming out in 3 months. 3 months. I should look this up and get on it early. Oh, all gone already. You can get the regular versions, or you can get the regular versions just fine, but the limited edition one, it's just sorry, all gone. I'm like, Nintendo's just really good. They're losing a lot of money, but they don't make enough stuff to make money. I'm just confused. But that's okay. They own the Seattle Mariners baseball team.
All right. Yep. Next story. So, Bronson, you like Halo 5? I do like Halo 5.
There is going to be DLC. So there's DLC coming for the month of December, And they're gonna add a little more than just a bunch of forge tools to it. Apparently, they're gonna get the M41 SSR rocket launcher. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's iconic.
It's the Halo 1 through 3 rocket launcher. That's cool.
Let's see. A new helmet, black and gold weapon skins.
That one makes me kind of happy.
And space setting for Forge.
That actually sounds kind of cool.
That does sound really interesting.
Want to go to space? Space. Want to go to space?
Well, we all know that.
I love Portal 2. It's one of my favorite games. All right, moving on.
More DLC for shooters, like for Star Wars. Let's see. Welcome to the land of vagueness, where EA likes to tell you things that are coming to Star Wars, but not specifically what. Like, we did 60-minute access today of Star Wars Battlefront, and it's like, we will tell you what's coming. 4 expansion packs. What are those expansion packs? We're not going to tell you yet. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. More maps, star cards, and they're going to be free. But basically, the general verdict is we'll have more to share soon.
I don't care at all. It is my response to that. Like, I just don't. Like, Star Wars Battlefront is an alright game, and if you're a big Star Wars fan, I imagine you'll love it. But your game doesn't have enough content. This shit should be free. Alright, what's next?
Next, those who are fans of the Mother series, also known as Earthbound,
I'll probably be playing Undertale.
Yeah. Mother 4 is not going to happen. Says the guy who made Earthbound.
That's helpful.
It's from the man himself. He says they're not going to exist, guys. His logic is that you put out, like music stars, they put out 10 albums, and then by the 4th album, they're not making very good songs because everyone just wants to hear stuff from the first 3 albums. That's it. They just want to listen to the old stuff.
Okay. All right.
So Earthbound fans, not gonna happen.
All right.
Okay. More Nintendo news. Going back to the Wii U, the gamepad can now be sold separately, but this will be in Japan.
Well, I know if mine breaks, I can import one. Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
It will be retailing for just over $100.
It's basically just buying a tablet.
That hurts. Like, you can buy a Kindle for that much.
Buy a Kindle for $70.
You get like a Fire Kindle tablet for less than that.
You can get a good Kindle for like $150. Like,
you can get a basic Fire tablet from Amazon. Like, what was it? Like, the sale price right now is like $35.
Yeah. Like,
granted, you're not going to get it for like at least 3 or 4 weeks because they're pretty much out. They're pretty much like backlogged on that now. But still, you can get one for $35. So gamepad sold separately. So if yours breaks, you can now import one.
Question mark?
Maybe.
All right. Well, what's next?
Next up is, and this is the last one I have, so there's a rumor going around. There's a new software development kit for the PlayStation 4 where they're gonna take 1 core of its 8-core CPU,
okay,
and give it to games instead of resorting for the operating system. Usually there are 2 cores for the operating
OS.
system. They're gonna give 1 back to more games, so the PS4 will be slightly more powerful. That's new software development kit.
That's cool.
Cool, yeah.
What I'm guessing happened there is that they managed to cut. Like, they found a way to optimize the OS so it only needed 1 core. and they decided, well, we should give that other one back to the developers. Xbox did a similar thing when they made it so Kinect wasn't mandatory.
It also broke Kinect when you tried to use certain features.
Or use certain games and those features.
Yes.
Games.
Like, we can't use auto zoom while playing Halo or Tomb Raider.
Oh, yeah. That was just in general. We couldn't use
it's just certain games.
Huh.
Yeah. I think with Xbox trying to get as much power as it could, and with DirectX 12 coming to the Xbox, PS4 is going to need something to stay ahead.
Yeah.
Because as I personally think as much as like I think like Microsoft has like a gigantic software development team, so they obviously have like this giant army working on DirectX, and I'm pretty sure some division of that army is working to make sure that DirectX 12 would make the Xbox One almost a PS4 performance system. I don't know, like Nick's been like throwing a lot of this DirectX 12 unicorn dust out there, so yeah, because it's gonna be the new magic for PCs soon. Actually, it is here now. It's just games haven't used it yet. The games that we are looking forward to haven't been using it yet. So I imagine like Sony's like, in addition to Sony doing its own optimizations, like they don't use DirectX or the other alternative, which used to be OpenGL. They have their own little proprietary thing going on. So yeah, I guess they're just optimizing that and throwing an extra core into the mix, which was already faster than the Xbox Ones to start with.
All right, well,
but that is the rumor.
All right, so
who knows? Maybe Uncharted 5 will look even better than Uncharted 4.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Well,
bringing up the important questions.
All right, so my news stories. First one is the PS4 sales passed 30 million worldwide. As of today, Sony has announced the PS4 has sold 30.2 million units since its release on November 22nd or November 17th, 2013, as of November 22nd of this year. The PS4 continues to demonstrate that it is the fastest and strongest growth in PlayStation hardware history, meaning the PS4 is still outpacing the PS2 for now.
Wow.
So at its current pace, it's going to break that PS2 mark, which for those of you who don't know, the PS2 is the greatest selling console of all time at 150 million.
I thought it was 145.
No.
Oh, go PS2.
PS2 was sold from 2000, and actually 1999 in Japan, all the way until 2013. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
And the PS2 will continue to live on, because now they're going to bring emulation to PS4.
PS2 and a lot of great... Like, the question is, will the PS4 be as awesome as the PS2 was? That is the question.
Well, we'll find out at the end of 2016 if that can raise our hopes.
Yeah, with that rumor.
Because like so far, the PS4 is selling like crazy, but we're still waiting for 2016 to happen, so all the games can come out and we can gush even further.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of really great that like next year. You look at next year for PlayStation: Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted, Street Fighter, The Last Guardian, Yakuza, Persona. Like the list of exclusive PlayStation games is crazy as hell. So yeah. Anyway, the next story we got going on here is Final Fantasy VII trophies have surfaced online. This is either going to be for the port of the PC version, which is slated for this winter. Some trophies that are of note, the gold ones being have your whole party die in battle. Emerald Eviscerator, defeat the Emerald Weapon. Ruby Render, defeat Ruby Weapon. Defeat Diamond Weapon. Obtain the Master Materia. Beat the game. Then it's get all the limit breaks for every character. Get the Knights of the Round materia, which if you've ever played that game, that can go die in hell. Obtain the Bahamut Zero materia, reach level 99 with one character, get essentially 100 million gil, and then the rest are just like really easy stuff. So,
okay.
Does anyone want a platinum Final Fantasy VII?
Yes.
The PC port, no.
The PC port, God no. God.
There's gonna be a much prettier one coming out eventually. Eventually.
Can't wait to that cloud cross-dressing scene and all that HD.
That's really why Nick
yeah,
got
but for
4K.
Nick it won't matter. It's not in 4K.
Yeah. Well, there's gonna be a PC
I'm just
version.
feeling like just poking the 4K joke constantly now.
There's gonna be a PC version, but I mean,
yeah.
So I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Next up is Destiny: The Taken King is adding a harder mode. It's being added to the current raid, King's Fall, and then they haven't said much about it. They said the newest feature challenge modes. A King's Fall boss will issue a players a weekly challenge, and you can take on the challenge in both normal and harder modes, and the rewards will match the chosen difficulty. Players can't go in with just any strategy. Bungie remains that each boss's challenge requires that you defeat them in a specific manner. Bungie has previously introduced hard mode with efforts to switch things up on players to keep them on their feet. The game has been a massive success for Bungie, raising the number of registered players playing Destiny to 25 million.
Yeah, okay, but I'm like more interested in the number of concurrent players.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, because 25 million registered is like most popular game ever. Yeah, but all you have to do is just put the disc in and bam, you're registered.
All right, last piece of news that I got is that there's an unofficial app that allows for PS4 to PC streaming. Appropriately named Remote Play PC, the unofficial program sets out to do exactly as the name implies. The developer of the program, who goes by the name Twisted, has some experience with Sony's hardware and gained the Remote Play feature to work on unsupported devices. The official version released for Android was limited to Xperia phones and tablets, but Twisted managed to get it working on a much wider range of Android devices and now the PC. It comes out Wednesday, November 25th, or as you're listening to this, and it'll be $10. It allows him, the reason he charges it because it allows him to keep working on the program. Let's see, and that's about it.
This guy is, it's great, but Sony is gonna put out an official one. 2 days ago, word from Shohei Yoshida himself says some people asked if we plan to provide remote play function to PC, and yes, we are indeed working on an official application for PC and Mac. Smiley face.
Smiley face.
Shuhei Yoshida is one of the coolest people in the game industry. Like, he just, like him and Phil Spencer are, like, I love every time they do an interview, every time they do something with the press. Like, it is always wildly entertaining.
Yeah. Well, that should definitely be one thing, because, like, one of the biggest features about Windows 10 is you can stream from your Xbox One to your PC. And now the PS4 is going to have that feature, too.
All right, well, do we got anything else, or is this a really short show this week? Oh, do we have comments?
Oh, let me check on that one. Please wait while page loads. Okay, so we got one comment, the other one's spam.
Okay.
So this one is from a person called Why the Hell?
Yeah.
Why the hell would you even touch a PS2 game? They look like so much shit.
Okay.
Because it's the best console.
No, I'm not going to go with that, but
but
because there are a lot of really great games on the PS2 that haven't gotten the HD treatment yet. like Persona 3.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'll still break out my PlayStation, just play some games on it.
Yeah, like that.
It's not all about the look to me. Like I grew up with this. This is easily one of my favorite consoles, if not my favorite.
I feel as
it has games they didn't move up yet.
Like, I feel as though that we've been playing games for a long time. And in the case of Anthony and I, we've been reviewing games for a long time. And, like, I just don't know. Like, I feel like people who post this shit are just really young and don't understand that, like, there was a time where the best looking games were the original Xbox and, like, some of the PS2 stuff. Like, that was a thing. Like, there was a time when God of War 2 was super impressive.
Like, yeah, like, I started out with a Game Boy, like a Super Game Boy, and, like, a Sega Genesis, and I was like, when I first started out, I was like, these are cool, and then, like, I got a PlayStation 1 and Spyro, and I was like, this is the coolest looking game ever!
Right, like, I remember that, like, I started on the N64, and then I saw the GameCube. Like, I started in arcades and on a Super Nintendo. My first console I owned was a Nintendo 64. Like, that was mine. It wasn't my dad's, it wasn't my cousin's, it was mine. And I got Mario 64, and seeing Mario 64 was incredible. Like, just, like, this world that you could run around in, and it was colorful.
There was so much to explore, and
Yahoo!
Yahoo!
We should go back 100% 3D world.
One day.
We'll stream it too. We'll just be like,
we're back!
Just like, we have unfinished business.
Load up. Crown.
World crown. And just get every character to the end, get all the other flagpoles. Sorry. Alright, I knocked out his headphones on accident. Anyway.
How'd you do that?
Because he has little tiny earbuds that are stretched far away from his body.
Oh, you said... Yes. Oh, okay. You said earphones, so for a moment I thought it was this giant headset that you somehow managed to just use your hand and just smack it clean off Ray's head.
Boom!
Punched me in the face.
I'm one punch man. I punch Ray in the face and his headphones fly off. But yeah.
Ouch.
Like, man... I don't
like. I feel like if you didn't start with a system that didn't have the best graphics, you won't know why you go back to them.
Like, I feel like you needed to at the like soonest start. Like the earliest it could be is like starting on the PS2.
Yeah.
Like
to be fair, one game I really love is like NFL Street 2.
Yeah,
I'll go back and play that. And I'll have a blast. It's the dumbest football game ever, but I love it.
Yeah, but I think
you saw like me playing Digimon World 4 for the GameCube.
Yeah,
and I'm still having a blast with that.
I think it depends on the game. Like, I can go back and play like Budokai 3 for hours.
Yeah,
like I can go back and play like I've been playing Metal Gear 3 at work on my Vita, and it's like, yeah, it's upscaled, but it still looks like Metal Gear 3 in a lot of ways. Like people look at Shadow of the Colossus now, especially the HD port, and they're like, this looks okay. But at the time, Shadow of the Colossus was mind-blowing. And, like, it would made the PS2 just frame rate crash all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Fear came out.
Which Fear, the first one?
The first Fear came out on PC, like, a year before the 360 version. And, like, the fact that you could, like you would shoot walls and like chunks of them would disappear was just magical.
Like the chunks of the wall would be gone.
Yeah, like it would just blow off. Like it was mind blowing.
Yeah, it's weird thinking about it now, going from like PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64 to the Wii U, PlayStation 4. I'm just like it's just gotten so amazing.
Yep.
And now they're working on VR.
I just do not care about that.
Like, I'm curious. I haven't seen it yet. Like, I haven't seen it, experienced any of it.
So yeah, VR for me is just kind of like, I would like to like put one of those headsets on and see what the deal is before I could say.
Yeah, like no. I feel like it would either be like mind blowing and awesome, or like the biggest letdown ever. And like, why did we get so hyped for this as kids?
Yep.
I would imagine something could happen with HoloLens, because it's just like the issue I just see with them is you're wearing a peripheral in order to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Like glasses, okay, glasses, yeah, okay. People wear sunglasses. Some people actually do need prescription glasses. Yeah, okay, yeah, but a giant like sphere on your head.
no one will go for it. It's the same reason like no one went for 3D. Like no one wanted to wear fucking glasses.
To be fair though, like what was it? Like the Nintendo 3DS. Like I don't even use the 3D on that because I'm like it just hurts my face.
Well,
Like after like looking at it for like 40 minutes, I'm like I can't blink. Without it
like yeah,
hurting
you just turn it off eventually. You're just like F this and turn it off. So yeah. Is there anything else, Anthony?
Nope, that is all. That's all the comments that we have.
All right, so everyone, you should please follow us on Twitter at the Gamer Access, Facebook.com by looking up thegameraccess.com, Twitch.tv/thegameraccess, where Ray and I will be streaming every week now, and Nick and John are already streaming every week, and we are going to start Tori streaming very, very soon. So we would like to thank you for listening to us. Please rate, comment, subscribe, etc.
Yes.
Thank you, listeners, for listening to episode number 153 of Unscripted Access.
Bye. We love you.
Love you
Bye,
all,
all.
guys.